Happy hunting.
Hunt me.
I am the hunted one.
I'm hunting most things.
Let us hunt something.
You can hunt.
Long have you hunted me?
You're being hunted.
Welcome back to another curated hunt for the 2nd of October 2018. Let's get into the top 10 today. I want to rapid fire these today. Oh baby, look at this thing. I mean, look at that. It's like I need to move out of the way. Look at this. It's art. Carbon fiber motorcycle from Lotus. Now, Lotus has had a reputation for decades of producing incredible cars. I had zero idea they made motorbikes, and especially ones that looked as clean as that. I'm super dangerous on motorbikes. That looks electric to me because of the fairing in the middle. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's a gorgeous looking bike. But I mean, those mirrors, those downward facing mirrors on it, ugh. I think we're going to start to see a massive revolution in terms of electric transports for a start, but super hyper customized to a particular niche even as well. Is the motorbike, is the exhaust coming out the bottom fairing on that? I've never seen that before. Right down at the bottom there on the left. Let's see if we come around to another picture. See that little port? Look there. Wow. Damn, that's a sexy bike. Oof. That's one thing I do love about Steam Hunt, is you always find some pretty like spectacular like hunts. Where's my camera thing? I need to set my camera thing. I guess I've got it on the screen somewhere. It's all good. This is somebody, another company that's been around for a while who's started to really get into electric stuff, is Bosch. They probably looked at electric bikes and said, why have we got these controllers and wires all sticking out underneath it or follow around the bike? Why don't we have all the technology, all the gearing and everything, instead of it being like a crappy little sensor? Why not integrate it into the hub, and then we'll just sell the pedals and the hubs and that motor and everything, all the tracking in the middle. And I think it's been explosions in technology advancements like that, which, to be honest, probably happened in about 1 year, 1.5 years, for that to go from really ineffective sensors that kind of did the tracking to like instant on-demand power. And Bosch, I've always had a great reputation for building quality products. So this new little onboard computer thing, it's obvious to me because they've already got the integration with the electronics. It just makes it easier to roll out a whole series of things. Why develop bikes? Why develop frames when you can develop the pedals and the computer and just link those little elements together? You can put them on all the different bikes. I think that's such a smart power move, business move. Next up is Aubrey. Common employee queries solved. The smart knowledge base designed for workplace culture. I don't know why this feels very similar to another product that was around for about 2 or 3 years, then got acquired for millions, and it was just like a social media manager. Something about this makes me feel that this will be the same way. I imagine, and I'm going to go out on a limb here, but I imagine that this Aubrey will be acquired in 2 or 3 years. I just have a feeling about these little niche sites that see an issue in startup land, startup culture, and they just go and fix it, and then people use it in their businesses, realize how awesome it is, and then somebody comes along and just eats up the whole company. I've also realized it's short female names, mainly from the 60s and 70s, seem to do especially well. Next up is the Mini House from 2008, so 10-year-old collaboration. I'm sure they've moved it on since then. I love the framing of this. I love the fact that they took this photo of what appears to be an island with a tree, but it's probably just somebody's land. I love this little house. I've been fawning over tiny houses for many years now, and even though I've like flitted around from caravans to RVs to shipping containers, something about having a little tiny house like that with some decking on a little piece of land, it's just so compact. You know, you can approach a farmer, you can approach somebody with some property, say, look, I just want this amount of land, this is where the waste is going to go, this is a composting toilet. You know, like, oh man, that's the life. That's the life right there. That's Steam. Where are we? This is Steam Hunt HQ Eco Edition. Security robot is next. I'm not too. I don't believe that this thing is a good enough thing for security, if you ask me. But okay. Autonomous security robot patrolling obstacle avoidance while like getting thrown in the back of a van. Cloud storage, continuous video history, human objects in activity analytics, live streaming and remote control via app. I just don't know about these security devices. I mean, we saw that big white thing in Vegas that went and drowned itself. I'm sure somebody hacked it and made it like just drive into the pool. There's something about security. Like if you're managing property, you got the CCTV cameras, but you have somebody physically patrolling. You need that kind of heuristic kind of analyzing of the situation. Gates, fences, like lights. You're looking for certain things. And okay, a computer with AI can do a certain amount of that. But then what? What's that thing going to do? Just set off alarms, reporting? I don't know. Maybe if you have this thing patrolling autonomously inside, then maybe. But I can see so many false positives from this, with this thing setting off other systems, legacy systems that have been in there for like ever. Gems, the decentralized mechanical Turk. Now my ears were literally like, oh, what's this? This looks interesting. Now I don't normally support or get behind ICOs. I feel like they're just a cancer to blockchain technologies personally, because I haven't got 5 years to wait for your idea to flourish. But there's something about decentralized mechanical Turk that makes sense to me. Something about being able to have little task oriented jobs. I don't think Ethereum's the right chain to do it on either. I think why not just skip ahead and go onto EOS. Finding team, all guys, by the looks of it. Yeah, all guys. Gems, the protocol for decentralized mechanical Turk, and that's it. Didn't really explain anything about it. I think this is kind of for people in the know in terms of setting up hits on mechanical Turk and doing that for a low amount of money and getting 1,000 result backs and then taking an average. I think for people who are developers, they'll understand this. I think it will make sense to them. I just think it's the wrong platform. I think it should be on EOS. Next is ca-mera, ca-mera, cellular automaton, sorry, my bad, cellular automaton camera from MN Signal Processing. I really like this. It reminds me of the old school Mac days of the first Macs that came out, but I really dig it. I'm always going to have a particular fondness of 8-bit retro stuff. It seems pretty crazy to buy like the top end iPhone XS of like $1,500 just to get it to take photos in black and white, but I have a particular thing for camera filter apps. Not just filtering, but this one is kind of live analytical algorithm. Last three today then, the Steam HF20 account creation tool. Now, as of HF20, there is a new way of claiming using your RC credits accounts, so you can generate accounts instead of the old school way of like sending Steam, and this is a different way of burning Steam to be able to create the accounts. I think I've got that right. I think we burn Steam when we do that. The only thing I will say about this demo right now is it doesn't have Steam Connect, so I'm not going to use it. But I desperately want a tool like this that has Steam Connect, that enables me to go in there and create accounts, because if I can create X amount of accounts per month, then I can do contests, or I can do setups, or I can do rolls out with the courses, or we can just onboard loads of people to Steam Hunt, friends that you know, and use all our other social networks to do that. So I'm really glad that this tool exists. I'm just not going to put my active key into something that's sitting on GitHub and I don't know who the people are behind it, and I don't know if they're saving the details for the account username or password or anything. So I need to support somebody who's been around in the community for a long time, somebody that I can trust, and I'm just not ready to use this yet, although I'm desperate to create accounts. Broadcastsapp.co is next. Seems to me like I've got 101 different ways to listen to podcasts, but this one seems a little bit different. Tune into your friends, follow your friends, and when they play an episode, it appears right in your feed so you can listen along. I do like the idea of listening together on something. That's really cool. Track your subscriptions. As soon as a new episode of a show you love drops, it'll appear front and center. Start a conversation, have a thought that you want to share, discuss what you're listening to with friends. Love that feature. That feature's fire. Discover what's hot, keep track of what's bubbling to the top, see what's on broadcast, and what they're loving. It's kind of weird, isn't it? Like, I know that we've got internet everywhere now. Maybe it's just in cars, or people are commuting more or traveling more and listening to podcasts more, but podcast is really coming through a resurgence just lately. And finally today, I just want to finish off on this lens. I know it's a lens, but it's still a hunt. It's still technology. The gorgeous EF20 200. This is the version 3 with IS, so it's got image stabilization on. That's why you see that third button on the way down, stabilization. When you're zoomed out at 200mm, trust me, you need stabilization. Plus, this is just a perfect lens to stick on your latest Canon. Even the Mark II Canon would be beautiful with this thing on. But you can get some great shots from like quite far away, so you don't have to be like in people's faces at bars. Just one of the things I absolutely love about walking around a city is kind of early evening, sort of golden hour kind of time, taking photos at distance that I can use for like picture packs, put them onto Nomad Pictures, or just being backgrounds for like live streams and stuff. And you can't really go, but I mean, I'd probably have this on all day because I can like be super close up with sharpness, or I can be like really far away and get some of those kind of candid shots. Not cheap though. I think they're around about $1,000. Pretty much in every currency on earth, probably 1,000 crypto as well. That's it for me today. This is what the site looks like as of October 2018. All the hunts are on the right hand side. When you click through, they all appear on the left hand side. If you hit that white button, that takes you through to the hunt, that the URL that the hunter put onto the post. You can fill out the title here, put a description up to 1,000 characters of text, upload some images up to 5 meg, even GIFs. Put some tags in there, click on post or publish, go straight to your Steam account, to the Steam blockchain from the account details that you used to log in with, and it also puts it onto the Steam Hunt website for 24 hours, where it might get commented on and upvoted. That's it for me today. I will catch up with you soon. Take care, all the best, bye bye.
Prepare the path of a steam.
Smell of steam.
Stomnassie, wat is een stomnassie? Stoommachine.
Why shouldn't the guy let off a little steam?
The steam